Good morning, guys. It's Friday the 14th and I'm here to do your weekend, remember? Weekend reading. I don't do on Saturdays and Sundays anymore. So this does cover both all 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So yes, I am hoping to get on live this weekend. I know I haven't come on live this week, but I'm so tired. I really am tired. I've hardly slept with this heat. I'm sure that we're all in the same boat, of course. I just haven't been in the right headspace. Not as in I've been in a bad headspace. I've just been so tired and so warm, and it's felt so heavy and dull. So yeah, I didn't bother coming on through the week to do a live because I can't get on to do them till 7-8 o'clock at night anyway. So it was just too hot. So I'm sorry I didn't get on, but I will try and get on over the weekend, and we'll do one then. So let's get into see what the messages. Let me move my cup. See what the message is for the weekend. What do we need to know, guys? What's going on for everybody this weekend? Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So 14th, 15th and 16th of August. Can't believe we're getting to the middle of August. 14th, 15th, 16th of August, please. Am I going with them ones? Right, so let's have a look. 14th, 15th, 16th. Wow. Wow, nice. I don't think there'll be much coming out. If it does, it'll only around the same thing, but I will give a little shuffle because it is a full weekend one. I might do this and then do some love cards. Let's just see what I get from these. Ooh. Okay. Oh, we've got the Triumph card underneath, which is good. Right. I'm going to put this here. So we got the Solitude card. Well, this is how it worked. The Solitude came out first, then we got the New Beginnings, and then we got the Positive Movement Forward, and then we got the Conflict and Defeat. But I want to talk about these two first. So, because I do think it's all about the same thing. So, solitude. How many of us have been in solitude? All of us have all been having to stay in. But I don't just mean that. So I do mean that. And I also mean the fact that, some of us have been feeling very stuck, very much like things aren't moving forward for us. Things, I've spoken to a lot of people just recently that are feeling quite blocked by obviously the coronavirus because we're not able to work properly. We're not allowed to socialise like we're meant to socialise. We're not, we've not had that. I know that it's getting better, but we haven't had 100% leisure time, have we? We've not had that time spent with our friends. Even our work colleagues we're not as, close to anymore. In a lot of circumstances, people have been moved well apart. So we're not talking, we're not socialising. People that are single as well, I want to talk about with this solitude. I know for me, I do wonder how we're ever going to manage to meet new potentials when we're in this solitude state. How do you get out and about? It's hard enough to meet somebody when you're not in lockdown, but when you are in lockdown, it makes it even more difficult because obviously there's no mingling at the tables, no mingling at the bars. You're out and about, you've got a mask on. So it's all about that. It's all about, that feeling of being stuck on your own or stuck in your family unit even, because some people are feeling quite trapped within their family unit. Some people may have gone into a bubble with somebody, but that's the only person they can see. So yeah, literally it's just about being on your own. But what I want to say about this solitude card is just how far you've come, because the one thing that's standing out for me today is this pillar in the background, and look how straight, sturdy and strong it is. In fact, it's actually twinkling today. I can see the stars behind it and it's actually growing. So what I do want to say to you is that, this has been a time for inner growth. So even though you're on your own, you're actually learning to be on your own. You're actually learning to, not need other people, which sounds really bizarre because it's lovely to have other people around us, isn't it? But sometimes we have to learn to be alone, because once we can learn to be alone, we can learn to amuse ourselves, we can learn to keep our minds quiet without loads of outside activities helping us to keep our mind quiet. That puts us in a very strong position, because it does mean that we're self-reliant. We're not reliant on other people for any of our needs, really. So that's a really good thing, and that's a really good thing for all of us. Especially if you are single and you're going into a relationship, because it means that you are not going to be as needy on somebody else. You're not going to be demanding of their time, because you know how to flow on your own, which is a very important thing. Because sometimes part of, for an example, a codependency is where we're too needy of other people and we need them around all the time, or we're clinging on to relationships and things like that. So that is a good thing, is solitude. It teaches us to be alone, it teaches us to be strong, and it teaches us to be mentally stable on our own. So it's absolutely amazing. The other thing is that a lot of you will have done some study. There is a book here, I can't ignore it. So some of you, in this time, I've been doing more reading, been doing more surfing the net, things like that, and learning and becoming a bit more of a sponge than we would normally be, because we've got that time to look at things and look through things. So that's another positive thing. I also want to say that the ones that have been in a family scenario have actually found that, this won't be everybody, because some people won't have managed, but there will be a lot of families that have managed to reconnect and come together as a surefire thing of being stuck together. And the blue comes in there for the communication, which is absolutely amazing. And look how we've got this pink going into the blue again. So for me, that's about love and communication. So that's some of the families that have come together that have never been in solitude. There's a lot of people that have been off working every single day, mothers and fathers, hardly ever seeing their children, for an example, because they're so busy having to work to maintain the house, etc., etc. The children are obviously at school. And then evenings are just busy. But you've all had that chance to be together. And there's been a lot of you, I'm sure there's a lot of you that haven't made it through this, but there is also that other part of the ones that have built their family stronger on stronger foundations due to this isolation, due to this solitude that you've had to come through, which is a really nice thing to be coming through. Now, we do have the conflict and defeat card. And I think that, to be honest with you, that's more to do with the fact that you're not seeing. So I'm just going to, as you can see here, the conflict and defeat, it's the guy there concentrating on the little light there. Everybody else is running towards the main light, where everything's going on, and you're like basically looking at the smaller light here, and you're on your own. So you're choosing to stay a little bit in this now. So that's a bit of a funny thing in it. So for some of you, you're choosing to stay in this now. You're finding it hard to come out. You're finding it hard to come out and move on to these new beginnings that are coming in for you. So I just want to say that that's for some of you. Some of you aren't ready to move out to the new beginning. Some of you are very much feeling sort of, I don't know, I guess you can end up feeling very, very much like you're, sorry, I just saw some on the card, didn't know if they were coming here. I'm just a bit frightened they were coming here. Wait a minute. No. So it can be very hard going from isolation, to coming out again. And it's hard to know how businesses are going to work and things like that. It's just a massive step for some people coming back out. Now, what I want, and also, not seeing the fact that, you might be able to get into a relationship, and, you might be able to get back to work, and you might be able to start socialising again. And, it's all about looking at things very narrow-mindedly rather than looking things on a broader horizon, because actually, we are managing to get out more. We are managing to do more things. We are, there is the light at the end of the tunnel in some ways, but sometimes we're too busy looking at the negatives rather than the positives that are behind us. So what I want to say is we need to stop worrying. We've done a lot of work on ourselves. We've learned to be on our own a little bit more. Now we need to learn to focus on the new beginnings that could come in. And also there will be some new beginnings. So this is showing that there will be new beginnings, but we do have to get out of this mindset to actually have these new beginnings. But they are there for you. Can you see how this lady's got her back to the door? It's like she's stepping onto the universe there. The universe is underneath her. But the thing is she's going down the steps instead of choosing to go through that door. And that's what I want you guys to be doing. I want you to be turning around and going through that door. I want you to be taking them positive moves forward. Can you see how we've got the difference between these two cards is this guy is looking at that tiny little light down there, whereas this person here is looking at that bright sunshine right in front of them with no cares in the world. That's what I want to say. I have got to say also there's only one person in that boat, right? But what that's telling me is that you can go from solitude into, because that sun for me is representing that you're going from solitude into bigger friendships, new relationships, new jobs, new, busier work life. It's all about you moving forward. It's all about you accepting now. It's time to have the new beginning. It's time for you to move forward. So it's time for you to switch your mindset, go through that door and start living again. Start living your life knowing that things are going to come in for you. Things are going to start changing. Things are going to start moving forward. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. That sail is up. It's strong. The wind is behind it. The waters are calm. Look how calm them waters are for that boat. It's just amazing. But yet the wind's still bobbing along enough to move the boat along. So if you're feeling stuck at the moment, try not to feel stuck. Try to look positively at the new beginnings that can come in for you, because there is some for some of you guys for sure here. Let me just have a look. So as well, if you are single, I do like to hit on that as well. If you are single and on your own, there is new beginnings there for you guys. You've just got to be positive about it. You've got to actually, that's a 0. That's the start of a new journey. So we've got new journeys coming in for you there. But sometimes you have to put that little bit of an effort in yourself to move forward when it comes to your dating life. But there is somebody around you. You're just not seeing it. You need to open the door and look through there. Stop being unpositive and looking at the little light. So I think you probably all understand. I mean, we've got the Triumph, this one for me, and we've got this one. Look, for your singletons. Look at that. 2 hands coming together in richness, ready to start again. And then we've got the Prosperity, which could also be 2. In business, it can mean that there's 2, a business partner coming together, new friendships, new unions, fruits of your labour, things starting to come together. We then have the Material Harvest. I mean, I don't always do this, but I am drawn to these. That's about you opening your eyes and seeing everything that you've got in front of you and everything that's to come. Look at that one, going through the door there, choosing what you want. This is movement, choices and decisions. Look at all them decisions coming in for you guys if you're just positive about what you're doing and where you're going. And I just want to say here, look, the waiting game, which is upside down. That's it now. No more waiting. Things are coming forward for you. But you do need to change your mindset from this solitude. You've learned a lot. It's been brilliant. It's great for you guys that you've done that. But it's now time for you to move on. It's time for you to stop looking at things on a negative front. It's time for you to turn around because there's new beginnings waiting for you. There's a positive move forward, on the horizon for you guys. So that is absolutely amazing stuff. So with that, I hope you all have a fantastic week. I don't know whether I need to do any love cards because literally we've just had a very positive, I was going to do a couple for the singletons, but they're literally resolving conflict. So that new beginning could be you resolving conflict with somebody else, giving your heart to somebody else. Yeah. Look, we've got the distorted feminine here. That's again all about you not looking at the light. Can you see how she's there? The light is up there and she's not going up there. So this is for the ones that are on their own looking for love. It's time for you to start looking at the light. It's time for you to start healing your heart. It's time for you. So it's either time for you to start healing your heart or in relationships where there's people into homes that aren't working out so well. It's time for you to, start giving that little bit of love, start giving that little bit of empathy, understanding, compassion, bringing 2 hearts together. It's all about new beginnings, new starts, new ways forward. It's just, it's a message for there's a little message here for absolutely everybody. And the message is just about new beginnings and things being great and things moving forward and positivity about where things are going for people that are on their own. If you can look at the light rather than worrying about the darkness. And the fact, how am I mean, I've done it. How am I ever going to meet anybody now in this, in this scenario? It's hard work, isn't it? But there is ways and means of doing it. So don't be, put off by that. If you're in a relationship, make sure that, let me have a look. If you're in a relationship, and things aren't going so smooth, but you want to make things work. It's a new beginning for you guys. It's time for you to make it work. If you've been in solitude, you've been busy working on your heart and soul. It's all about love. The one thing that has just come out is the boundaries card. And this, for me today, is about the fact that you're putting up too many boundaries to not move on to the new beginnings. So you need to start bringing down some of them boundaries so that you can get yourself through some new beginnings. Because they're there. They're waiting for you. Take your shield down. This lady's got a shield. Put it down. See what's around you. Let things come in naturally. Let things progress. Don't be putting up boundaries to other people and other things. I knew this was going to come out. Soulmate card. For you singles, there is a soulmate out there waiting for you. Two people to come together. Two equals. Two counterparts. Two people that have been working very hard on themselves within this time while they've been awakening. Ready to have this. It's all about people coming together now, guys. Couldn't got a better card. The gardener, working on yourself, doing what you need to do to achieve this goal for the soulmates. So I'm not going to keep going because I could go on forever. But yeah, such positive cards. New beginnings, guys. New beginnings everywhere. Just stop looking at the negatives and start looking at the positives. Stop looking at the little light and look at the world around you. Okay, so have a great weekend. I'll hope to see you all over the weekend, like I say, on a live. I will catch you all soon. Take care. Have a good day. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and goodbye.